I'm just going to come out and say it. The AI bans need to stop. They need to stop. This is madness at this point. The fact that people are going and actively wanting these AI bans to be put back on Spotify or put back on streaming platforms so people can listen to them fully knowing that they're AI, whole way top to bottom, AI generated. That's a massive, massive issue. And any of you that actively do that should go ahead and destroy all of your merchandise for any of the bands that you've attempted to support over the years. Any of your CDs, throw them in the trash. Any of your T-shirts, just burn them. You do not support real artists. You do not support real art. You should be ashamed of yourself. This whole AI ban thing has been an issue for a while anyway. There was a large influx of these metalcore AI bands that were being put on streaming platforms as far back as August of last year. And even Lambgoat put up an article about it, talking about it. The problem is now is that on platforms like TikTok, some of these AI generated songs are starting to get trendy and popular for people who may not have an ear or have an inkling as to what AI music actually sounds like. And I say AI music, but we all know it's not music. It's the regurgitated mess of all of your favorite bands thrown in as training data into a blender and spit out in some sort of way because someone typed in the prompts for it. Right now, I'm talking specifically about this band called Syrinx. One of their songs had gotten trendy on TikTok, and a bunch of real vocalists were coming out and singing over it to show people that real artists can actually make this stuff. It's just convenient for them to listen to the AI generated one because it's already there. And they know full and well now that it's AI generated, and they still don't care. When there's comments like, oh, it's AI generated, but the song still slaps, you should actually be ashamed of yourself. I don't care if you think the song kind of sounds good. It only sounds good because people created it. People created the training data on what it was used to make anyway. Real people created the art that song robbed from. They used the training data of real artists to make this crap. And I do not understand why people knowingly support this. They know AI is an issue when it comes to any sort of artistic space. We went over this with AI generated art as it was. We're already scolding bands for using AI generated album art on their albums. And now we're at the phase of just AI generated music actually starting to get some steam behind it. And now people are starting to not care about that. And that's awfully confusing. And from what I'm reading right here, this band Syrinx has since been put back onto streaming platforms after a couple days of them being taken down because Spotify, the one good thing that they decided to actually do this year was take these AI songs down, and they just put it back up, I guess. If this is the first you're seeing of me, hi. I have a lot of opinions. This is a pretty strong one. I'm going to be doing more videos like this, so like and follow. All of this obviously isn't the first instance of a band getting popular that was AI generated. There was a band called The Velvet Sundown that blew up a while back, not because they were good, but because the imagery looked off, the music sounded off, and then people found out it was AI generated, and they've since been removed. But honestly, I don't trust Spotify anymore. Not that I ever have, but I don't trust them enough to keep these songs and these bands off of their platform, so it probably is back up on there. If you see any of these bands and you think they're fishy, ask questions, go on forums, ask people, try to put on a little bit more pressure, find out if they're AI. We need to get rid of these bands. They need to get off of these platforms. Are we going to be able to stop them at this point? Probably not. There's only going to be more of these happening. Every single year is just a new opportunity for artists to put out music and these people to take all of this real art, throw it in their generative blender, and regurgitate this nonsense, this whatever you want to call this. It's not music, it's not art. It's garbage. Every single bit of it is garbage. And if it does even kind of sound good, that's because they stole it from somebody. AI inherently cannot create on its own. It needs training data in order to do that. It is taking that from our favorite artists and regurgitating this crap. The only way it can create is by doing this. There is no such thing as good AI music, because if there's good AI music, that means it stole it from someone who actually wrote something good. And I have to throw out there, if this offends you in any sort of way, go away. I don't care. There's no redeeming you. There's no helping you. You're never going to convince me of otherwise. There's nothing you can do about it. I'm always going to have this opinion. Deal with it. And to me, you should have the same opinion. You should be looking for human-made art. You should be looking for human-made music. And any sort of embracing on this whole AI thing, if you're going to embrace it as anything, embrace it as a tool. Do not embrace it as a creative vision, whatever the hell. Embrace it as a tool, like it should have been from the get-go. It should never be creating any of this stuff. And I'll leave it at this too. Even if human art is bad, some of these artists, maybe you don't like them, maybe what they make isn't good, in any sort of artistic outlet that they are in, as long as it's made by a person and not made by AI. I'll take 100 bad pieces of human-made art over one good piece of AI art. But tell me your thoughts on it below. Let me know in the comments. Like, follow. I'll be back next time.